What's going on, everybody? Trevor's in here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B523. What the heck? B523, 11 year, 5 months. Today, we're gonna find out if it's still worth it, how it tastes, if it's good, if you should go pick it up. Let's get right into drinking. The Elijah Craig B523 is here, and it's the first time that they have dropped the 12-year age statement. I've already done a whole video over that, what I think about it, if I'm gonna be mad, blah, blah, blah. Go watch that. We don't need to talk about it. Now we have the bottle, we're gonna drink it, and because at the end of the day, if it smells good, if it tastes good, I don't care if it's 12, if it's 11, I'm still gonna buy it. Clearly, I've already been consuming this, and you know, I wanted to give it some time. I wanted it to have a chance to open up to me before I critiqued it. So that's what I've been doing. Now we're filming the review. Let's get right into it. It seems toned down to me. It smells good. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say that a lot this video. That, you know, it's good, but so just drinking game. Every time I say that, drink. But it just seems toned down. It seems kind of hidden. It's blocking, something's blocking my olfactory sensors, Getting a lot of toasted vanilla. I'm getting a lot of caramel, bourbon notes. The Elijah Craig barrel proofiness, shall we call it. We know what it should be tasting like. It seems muted. It's there, but muted to me. I wouldn't say it smells young. I mean, come on, 11 years, 5 months. That's just saying that the youngest barrel in that batch of however many barrels went into this, which I'm imagining is a lot, the youngest was 11 years, 5 months. That's all that means. There could be 12, 13, X amount of whatever in there. It just can't be under 11 year, 5 months. Therefore, the age on here. So if one barrel of 11 year, 5 months went into this, you gotta call it that, okay? That being said, it's not overwhelmingly smelling aged, if that makes sense, but it's also not smelling younger than I'm used to. It just seems toned down. So maybe that contributes it? I don't know. Let's just taste it. That's what we care about. I will say, and why I wanted to do this, is because when I first opened this, I wouldn't say I hated it, but I was far more disappointed than I am right now. Spoiler, I'm a little disappointed still, but it is opened up into something more enjoyable to me. I like this, it's really good, but I have a lot to say about it. It's opened up. That's what I was getting at first. It is opened up, so if you get this bottle, let it get some air, drink it down a little bit, then let it sit, and then go back to it and revisit it. See if you think differently. So if you open something, I'd say that try that for anything. If you hate it, try that. You might like it better. I'm liking it better. That being said, still really toned down to me. It's not as thick feeling, it's not as heavy on the palate, it's not as viscous even. It's just kind of floats over everything, goes down the hatch. The flavor, the residual flavor's there, just the mouthfeel is kind of lackluster comparatively. I think that's a huge word for this whole video, is compared to previous batches, definitely toned down. I guess a lot of my feeling about this is just, I mean, I set these I have a standard in my own mind, and maybe you guys don't, which is fine, but it should be fine that I set bottles like the C922, some of our favorite batches ever. That is the pinnacle. That's like, each batch I would think, hey, we gotta be that good. We're blending these together. We gotta make it as the best we can. That's what an artist does, right? You want to progressively get better. I don't think this is a step of being better. I think this is just, hey, this is what we got. This is what you get. The best way for me to put this is this tastes more like the Elijah Craig Private Selects. So those 8, 10-year-old barrel picks that are out there, really like them. This is more in line with those. You know those taste different than the Elijah Craig barrel proof batches. You can just, there's something about them to me. I can just tell, like the previous Elijah Craig barrel proof batches were blended to be the best you can be, champ. These, you know, the single barrels, some of them really good, exceptionally well barrel, and then there's others that are kind of like, meh. You know, I just paid a lot of money for something that was more expensive than Elijah Craig barrel proof batch. So this falls more in line with one of those to me. Just the way it feels, the way it drinks. You know, maybe it is the age because those single barrels are younger age, but I don't know. There's just something about it that's so light. It's really easy drinker. Don't get me wrong. Still like it. I still like it. But you could dump this in a single barrel bottle and you'd be like, oh hey, yeah, that's good. Let me give you some tasting notes because I haven't even talked about tasting notes. I'm just explaining this in a way that I want to be explained to. Tasting notes. It's got your caramels. It's got that Heaven Hill nutty, kind of a peanut butteriness going on. It's got that. Don't get me wrong. The DNA's there. It just seems like every one of those notes are flat. I don't know. It is sounding really negative. I like this. I just don't like it as an Elijah Craig barrel proof batch. Let me give you my final thoughts because I'm just gonna keep ranting. I keep drinking it, so the drunker I get, the more I rant. Sorry. I think this is another batch. I wouldn't say pass on this. If you can readily get these, I mean, every time these batches come out, I get access to them and I buy them. I want to know what they are for myself, and I encourage you to do the same if you're in that boat. This one's no exception. I think it's good. Me personally, not my favorite. Definitely don't think this is gonna overtake any of you guys' favorite batch of all time. I don't see that happening. But it's still a really good bottle of highly aged Heaven Hill non-chill filtered goodness. If you are someone who has to go out of their way to get these, maybe this batch, you know, wait for the next batch, see if it's better. If you already have a batch, if you have several batches, you don't care about collecting them all, don't go out of your way. If you're someone who has to pay a lot of money for Elijah Craig batches, I know some of you guys have to pay marked up prices for them. No, I wouldn't do that for this one. Especially because Elijah Craig store picks are out there. If you can get one of those over this, like if it's between this one and that one, I would probably try your store's pick. And if you really like it, it's probably safe that you should go with that one. There we go. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm glad I bought it. I will say I only bought this one. I don't have a spare. I don't have a backup. Because once this one's gone, I'll have the next batch by then and I won't care anymore. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, leave a like on it. Hit the subscribe button. If you're not, join the crew over here, bunch of nerds. Check out the Bourbon Wrench Patreon. We have several Bourbon Wrench exclusive barrel picks, that's right, coming to Patreon. So check that out. On top of all the merchandise, you'll have access to those bottles. Trust me, they're pretty dang good. You can just take the money that you saved from passing on this to go get one of those. Win-win. Also, go to the comment section. Let people know what you think of this bottle so they don't have to just listen to this weirdo in his room talking to a camera. Until next time, I'm Trevor Olson. See you guys in the next video.